Hola, fellow gamers. Welcome back to Hyrule Happiness. I'm sending a shout out to Samuel G out in San Bernardino. Thanks for watching. Now, this video is all about prepping for the Owa Daim, the route to take, and what to cook. So let's hop to it. Now, you've just finished up your bomb trial, and the recommended route to get from this shrine to the next shrine up here is this crazy route going around the Temple of Time and then down through this valley up to the Owa Daim. And that's a big climb, by the way. You're going to need some stamina for that. But it's also introducing you to a new climate set. So to slow it down, you're going to go up around the Temple of Time and then to this little archway here. It's introducing you to a new set of environmental conditions which we're not really ready for, but it's giving you a taste of it so that you can get ready. You're going to come down to this cabin. We're going to stamp it, and you could stamp things throughout Hyrule so that you can find it easier on the map. So that's where we're headed. So that was explodable rock. Anytime you see it in Hyrule, go ahead and blow it up with your newfound powers of square and circular bombs. And don't forget, you've got a live little guy right here that's going to take you out with his laser. So if you accidentally wake him up, just hide till he falls back to sleep. And once he does, well, then you just run for your life. Come around these corners and use those walls to your advantage to get away from that laser. Climb that wall, head on over top, and you're going to head west towards that temple up on that hill. So you're going to go up those hills and go around to the front. There's a bad guy there. Wonder why. There might be a treasure chest or something you might need. I took him out by hitting him once in the head with an arrow and then whacking him a few times with the skeletal arm that I collected along my journey. Don't forget your drops. Go on in, make an immediate right. And voila. There is your awesome little treasure chest. Inside, you're going to get a traveler's bow. Arrange your weapons as you see fit. Before you leave, break open all these little clay pots. Why? That's why. You got goodies inside. You got a bundle of 5 arrows there. I think there's other stuff in the other one. So pop them all open. Go outside, make an immediate left. You've got some guardians here. And if you've watched my previous videos, always search those guardians. You want these little ancient parts that they have to offer. You're going to need them to upgrade your Sheikah Slate later, and you do not want to have to come back and backtrack. Pro tip here. Next thing, we're going to head up to this archway, and you're going to see a snow-covered tree. Wow, looks like fun. Let's go build a snowman, right? Well, guess what? It's a little cold, and you're not going to make it in that environment without the right gear or the right food. And conveniently, they have planted and grown little spicy peppers. So go ahead and get them. They're very tasty and very spicy. And now we're going to head on over to that little cabin. And on the way down to the cabin, you're going to see a bunch of stuff to collect. And I highly recommend that you collect them. Now, I hit this hightail lizard with an arrow, but you can crouch down and sneak up on him and grab him and not waste an arrow. You've got acorns along the way, and if you're not sure which way you're going, if you've stamped it like I've recommended that you do, you can always just go to your map to make sure you're pointed in the right direction. Now you can see it off in the distance. But collect those acorns. I think there's also some summer wing butterflies. You want to collect those because you can make spicy elixirs that'll keep you warm in the cold environment. And then, curious, you've got this little purple thing growing out of the rock there. It's a little rushroom. And those things, cooked properly, will help increase your speed. Now, as you head to his house, his little cabin, you've got stamella shrooms. Guess what? Those give you stamina, huh? And they're all around his cabin, along with other mushrooms. I recommend going all the way around and collecting everything out there. When you're done, go inside. And you're going to go ahead and take his spicy peppers. And he left his diary open on purpose. He kind of wants you to read it, so go ahead and do it. I know it feels rude, but read it and you're going to find out. He's going to give you a warm doublet if you help him find a missing ingredient. And we'll get to that in just a bit. Once you're done with that, go ahead and break those clay pots, collect that axe, and all those other things. Go outside. A pot lid can be used as a shield, which is handy, and go ahead and collect that torch too. Now, getting started with cooking, let's go ahead and start with an elixir. We'll do elixirs or any monster part and any bug, and all the bugs give different effects. So the summer wing butterfly will help keep you warm in the cold weather, and this one will give you low-level resistance for a little over 3 minutes. Now, all the different bugs have different effects. So there's a couple of rules. One, only mix monster parts and bugs together. Don't add a real food item because it'll ruin the dish. And the other rule is when you're cooking real food, A lot of your food has different effects. Stamella give you stamina, rushrooms make you fast, and so on and so forth. Do your best not to cross-mix those effects in the same dish. What will happen is they'll cancel each other out, and you don't want that to happen. So cook a couple of stamella by themselves. You want to work on stamina and things that'll keep you warm in cold weather. Another thing to keep in mind is you only have 3 hearts, so it's a good idea to always cook small meals. It'll only give you 1 heart or 2 hearts. Try not to cook anything that gives you like 6 or 8 hearts, because you're going to end up just wasting your food. You don't have that many hearts. You're only going to get 3 filled, so cook accordingly. At this point, I don't recommend prepping anything that has more than 4 hearts. You will eventually get another heart after you get the next 2 shrines, but it's still on the way. Now, once you're done cooking, you can sit by the fire and wait until evening. That's when the old man comes back. And you want to talk to him because he's got a lot of information. He's an old, wise man. And he's going to say, oh, we meet again. And by the way, I saw that you read my diary, but he's kind of fine with it so long as you're willing to help him find the missing ingredient to that one recipe. And he's going to say, if you're going to need meat, and in order to get meat, you got to go to the Forest of Spirits. Now, where's that? That's up there, and it's a ways away, and it's nighttime. So I'm not going to run over there and hunt right now. I'm going to stick by the fire until morning, and then once the morning comes around, I'm going to head on over there. I'll get some hunting on. So next up, I'm going to prep you to get to that Owa Daim Shrine, climbing up that hill, and over to the Kenamut. So if you want to start hunting in Hyrule for that warm doublet, come see me again. This is Charlie signing off.